Hey there, it's Clark Reid back with some tech headlines for you today. If you like these reports, you can help us out a lot by massaging that like button, and you can also subscribe so you know when each new non-AI written report is available for you. Meta announced today they'll start using publicly available content from European users to train AI models, something it paused last year after an outcry about data privacy. The training will be on public posts and content shared by adult users in the European Union. Meta says it will not use private messages, but noted the EU regulators that it will be doing nothing different really than what Google and OpenAI are already doing. The social giant said it will begin notifying users in the EU about the training and will have a link to a form where they can object at any time. Meta says we'll honor all objection forms. In other Meta news, a big antitrust case the FTC has brought against Meta is under the gavel in Washington, D.C., and according to NPR, it comes after about a 6-year investigation over whether the social media giant broke competition laws when it acquired Instagram and WhatsApp. It'll be quite a dent in the $1.4 trillion ad business of Meta if the government prevails and makes them spin off those companies into a series of separate companies. It's being compared, as far as the corporate breakup is concerned, to the one that the government forced on AT&T some 40 years ago, which, of course, they kind of have reconvened into just a couple of companies. The trial is before Judge Boasberg. It's expected to last about 8 weeks, and Meta is expected to present a vigorous defense. Nvidia has announced that it has commissioned over 1 million square feet of space to build and test AI chips in Arizona and Texas. TechCrunch.com says production of its Blackwell chips has already started at TSMC's plants in Phoenix, and Nvidia is building, quote, supercomputer manufacturing plants in Texas, partnering there with Foxconn in Houston and Wistron in Dallas. Mass production should ramp up in the next 12 to 15 months, and within 4 years, Nvidia is aiming at making about $500 billion worth of AI infrastructure in the U.S. The plants in Arizona were started by the CHIPS Act under the Biden administration. Another roller coaster on tariffs over the weekend. First, a cave exempting smartphones and computers and processors from the 145% tariff on Chinese imports. After that, it was just a little temporary pause on Sunday. And then yesterday, 9to5Google.com, among many others, reports that Trump flip-flopped again and says, nope, now no exemptions. This is playing havoc with tech companies. And Apple, for one, has begun ramping up production in India and now makes 20% of iPhones there. There is increased production also in Vietnam and Thailand. Look for other electronics makers to do likewise to avoid the ridiculous tariffs Trump is trying to impose on China. And for its part, China is not caving. They're putting on matching tariffs on imports from the U.S. I'm Clark Reid, and you're Technified for now.